Now it is afternoon. Good afternoon, Detective Neader. All right. So today this is your first time testifying as an expert.
No, ma'am.
You've testified as an expert before?
Yes, ma'am.
In what hearing?
It was a sentencing hearing in Jacksonville. It was a case involving Sean Walcott, who was a 1200.
Okay. Did that occur after your deposition in this case?
No, it was before.
Okay. I want to talk to you about where you get in your job, in your day-to-day, where you get your intel from. Part of your job is to provide information to other detectives to support them in their investigations, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So to get that information, I would assume you don't just get it sitting at your desk, right? You're out in the field or in the street getting information as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you get information from citizens, just people that are uninvolved in the gangs. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Like witnesses who might have witnessed a crime?
Or like somebody lives in the neighborhoods where crime's happening, yes.
Right.
Ma'am.
They just might be concerned about something that's going on.
Correct.
You get information from snitches, from people that are giving you confidential information?
Yeah.
In general, not asking about anyone specific. You might get information from the ops of the gang you're investigating. Is that accurate?
Yes.
You might get information from associates of the gangs as well, right?
Correct.
Okay. You also get information from social media.
Yes.
And from the internet in general.
Yes, ma'am.
So like YouTube, for example.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You'd also get information from other detectives.
Yes, ma'am.
If they're particularly investigating some sort of crime that might be related to something you're investigating.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And I know you are assigned to ATK, and we've mentioned 1200, 6 Block, but there are also other gangs in Jacksonville too, right?
Yes, ma'am. I think we have 30 or 31 active gangs.
Okay. And not all those gangs are connected to the idea of like drill music, but these specifically are.
Yes, ma'am. These are.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you specifically about YouTube.
Okay.
And so you mentioned that you looked at, specifically in your investigation of this gang war, you've looked at, I'm sure, many YouTube videos, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Not just music videos, right?
Yes, I would say it's a mixture, but general music
Okay.
videos are the most common.
Okay. You also would look at like documentary style videos as well.
To a certain extent, yes, ma'am.
And in your review of those videos, sometimes you might find useful information, but you also find that not all the information is accurate, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, even though not all the information is accurate, you have been able to take some of that information and use it.
As long as it's corroborated by other evidence, yes.
Okay. And in fact, you've even used some information you've gathered from YouTube videos and testimony and sworn testimony related to this case.
Yes.
Okay. Particularly a different chart, gang chart that you captured from a YouTube video. Is that accurate?
I personally did not capture it, but I have seen it, yes.
And you've used it in sworn testimony before.
I guess you could say that.
Okay. And that was from a video from a gentleman by the name of Trap Lore Ross. That sound familiar?
I'm not sure who it was from. It was given to me. Like I said, I did not personally make that chart. I've seen it, but I'm not sure who it was from.
Okay. You are familiar with that gentleman, though, right? Trap Lore Ross.
I don't know who that is.
You've never...
I'm going to overrule the objection. He said he doesn't know who that is.
So...
Okay, go ahead.
You've seen some of the hours long documentary videos that sort of try to break down the gangs in Jacksonville.
I've seen a few.
And those videos have like millions of views.
Potentially, I'm not sure how many views they have.
Okay, a lot of views. You'd agree with that?
I'm not sure how many views they have.
Potentially thousands of comments, a lot of comments.
I'm not sure about the comments either.
Okay. You would agree with me that a part of in your investigations that you sometimes go through the comments in these videos?
It depends.
On what? What would it depend on?
It depends on the video itself.
Okay. And what is an example of a video where you see information about the gang and you would not go through the comments?
Generally, it just depends on what occurs in the videos. If the comments are worthy, a lot of times the comments are just trolling, so it's kind of a waste of time to scroll through all the comments.
And how would you know if the comments are trolling unless you go through them?
Well, I don't go through all of them. I have went through them on some videos, but not all videos.
Okay, so it sounds like what you're saying is you might start go through them, and then if you don't see anything useful, you move on.
Yeah, depending on the video.
Okay. And that's not just for the documentary style videos, it's also for the videos where there's music videos.
Yes.
And that's also going to be for videos that are posted on social media.
Sometimes.
Or pictures or any sort of post that's posted on social media.
Yeah, sometimes.
And these social media posts and YouTube videos and other information that's posted on the internet, in those comments are going to be people that are talking about what occurred or their opinions of those things, right?
Sometimes.
And this is stuff that's just open to the public.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So it could be people from Jacksonville commenting on this stuff.
Could be.
And I'm sure you've probably seen people from other cities or even other states commenting on this stuff.
Yeah, the usernames, I'm not real familiar where they're from.
Understood, but you wouldn't dispute me that there is no, it's not specified to Jacksonville. You don't have to be from Jacksonville to comment on this stuff, right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right, and you'd agree with me that the fact that this sort of gang beef is ongoing, this is common knowledge?
I would say yes.
You'd agree with me that the fact that 1200 and ATK or 1200 and 6 Block have a beef is common knowledge?
It would depend on your definition of common knowledge. I would say that like a normal citizen of Duval County may not know about this, but if you live in the neighborhood, it's pretty common knowledge to people who live in that neighborhood or into these type of wars and gangs.
Okay, so let me take it a step back. You're saying that people in Jacksonville don't have knowledge of this?
I would venture to say that there is people in Jacksonville who do not have knowledge of this, yes. Okay.
These crimes, when they occur, these are things that are posted on the normal news, right?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. And I'll just use one example. When I See You video, these videos have millions of views.
Yes.
The Who I Smoke video has millions of views.
Yes.
Right? But it's your position that just normal people in Jacksonville probably don't know about this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you wouldn't agree with me that it's common knowledge that in Jacksonville, that Yungeen Ace was shot in this 2018 town center shooting?
Once again, I would probably venture to say what the definition of common knowledge is, that not everybody in Jacksonville is going to be aware of that now.
Okay, so I'm not asking about what everyone knows. I'm not asking for every person that has ever, touched foot in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. I'm saying generally, that people who watch the news, who are on social media, who maybe listen to rap music, or who just live in Jacksonville and are concerned about the safety of their community, that in common knowledge, people are aware that these things are going on.
That shootings in Jacksonville occur, yes.
Specifically, that shootings between ATK, 1200, 6 Block are going on.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. The shooting that happened in 2018 at the town center, that was on the news.
Yes, ma'am.
That was highly publicized on the news as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the subject of the When I See You video.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The one that has millions of views.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so the music videos that we watched on Direct, the ones that we just saw, those aren't the only drill music videos that exist within this amount of time, within this, let's say 2021, 2023 time period.
No, ma'am.
There are a couple others, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're familiar with a song named Dead Ops by Julio Foolio?
Yes, ma'am. Are you speaking about number one or number two?
I was going to go to that one next.
Okay.
Are you familiar with Dead Ops 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You familiar with Beatbox?
By which artist?
By Julio Foolio.
Yes, ma'am.
And you familiar with WWE by Julio Foolio?
No, ma'am, I am not.
Okay. The four that we mentioned before, Dead Ops 2, and Beatbox. You've watched those videos, I'm sure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Those are videos that you also use to assist you in your investigation of these crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Those are videos that you've reviewed and analyzed the lyrics of as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so while we're doing that, those videos are videos that you also just sort of viewed on YouTube the same way you did the other ones, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, I would move to introduce Defense Exhibit 1A through E as a composite into evidence.
We're in the state's case. Are you objecting to them introducing evidence during your case in chief?
We are objecting, Your Honor, as it relates specifically to 1D and 1E for efficiency purposes. No objection as to 1A and 1B
Okay.
and C.
So 1A, 1B, and 1C, you agree to allow them to introduce during your case in chief?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So as to the others, you said D and E, you object?
Yes, Your Honor. Lack of foundation, as this witness is not familiar, and lack of authentication as to those videos, and then cumulative as the fifth video was already played in the state's case.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, we're going to remove WWE, and I believe D is already in evidence, so no problem with
Okay,
that.
so we're left with Dead
A through
Ops
C.
1 and 2 and Beatbox?
Correct.
Okay, so
It's A through C.
defense exhibits 1A, 1B, and 1C will be admitted.
Your Honor, I seek to publish those to the jury now.
Sure?
Julio, man, you a bitch. You talking about my dad when you drunk that shit, nigga? I'm on 6 right now, nigga. I'm just drunk. Hey, what's up? You remember me, nigga?
Okay, so that was Dead Ops, right?
Yes, ma'am, part one.
Part one. And in the beginning of that video, that's Julio Foolio that's rapping in the video, right?
Yes, ma'am, that is
Okay.
Charles Jones.
And at the beginning of the video, he gets out of the vehicle and stands over a guy with a gun and kills him in the video.
Yes.
All right, and that what he has is what looks like a 9mm with a drum attached, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's a 9mm, but it was a handgun.
A handgun.
Yep.
Is it better? A handgun with a drum attached.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and the drum, the purpose of that is to put more bullets in it,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So that the handgun will shoot much more than what it would normally shoot if it didn't have that attached to it.
Correct.
Right? Now he starts at the end of the song and he says he wants to list his dead ops, right?
Yes.
And then he goes through the entirety of the song listing people that have died from the other gang. Is that accurate?
Yes.
So I heard, and just tell me if I'm correct, I heard Michi was one of the people that he listed.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard Leaky was one of the people that he mentioned.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard Busta that caught one to the face. Did you hear that?
I heard that, but I'm not sure who Busta is.
Okay. I heard a reference to the 2018 shooting about Ace being the only one to survive.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is another song where he's discussing that 2018 shooting.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And this song was also published to YouTube.
Yes, it was.
Do you recall how many views this video has?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Would taking a look at the actual video on YouTube help to refresh your recollection on how many views it has?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry, Your Honor, I didn't ask for permission to approach the witness.
I can see it. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It
Does that
says
refresh your...
it says 30 million views, and the video was posted 4 years ago.
Okay, so that's an additional 30 million views to the other almost 100 million views on When I See You and Who I Smoke, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure the exact numbers, but that would be an additional 30 million. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, would taking a look at the views on Who I Smoke and When I See You, would that refresh your recollection as to how many views?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so this is related to When I See You.
Yes, ma'am. It says 69 million views.
69 million views. And for Who I Smoke,
57 million views.
okay, so we have 57 million views for Who I Smoke, 69 million views for When I See You, and 30 million views for Dead Ops.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really feel like doing math right now, but that's definitely over 100, right?
Correct.
Over 130, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay. Let's go to Dead Ops.
Your Honor, at this time, may we approach?
Yes. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, play the next two videos. We need to wrap this up, okay?
Yes.
Kill shot your ass. Cool down. He was dissing in the songs, knock his mans off. Say he smoking big and I knock a fan off. Pull up, start the car, you know I like to run down. That's that fucking chopper sound. Smoke on 6 blocks, heard he crashed out. Rolling dead up, he caught a headshot. Big boss gone, we got him scared now. He was dissing in police stand, nigga. Y'all like to stand on my little brothers, man. Got no life, nigga. Free JB, nigga. Free crack that. What you talking about?
Okay, what do you recognize that video to be?
That they're at Melvin Park.
Or specifically the name of the song, sorry, I didn't ask that. Right.
That was the Beatbox remix.
Okay. One of the videos that you mentioned that you have viewed in your investigation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it wasn't just Julio Foolio in that video, there's someone else rapping as well, right?
Correct, Kojak.
You know-
Kojak.
And who is he connected to?
He is 6 Block.
All right. And there were other people in the video, right?
Yes, ma'am.
There was even a little boy in the video, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who that little boy is?
No, ma'am.
You haven't identified him as a member of any sort of gang connected to this, right?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Go ahead.
No, ma'am. I don't know who he is.
Okay. All right. And do you know or do you recall how many views that video has?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay. We're taking it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That one has 20 million.
20 million views.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're somewhere north of 150 million views at this point, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the last video that we mentioned that you have seen was Dead Ops 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall how many views that video has?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay, we're taking a look at,
Yes, ma'am.
okay,
That one's going to be 7.4 million.
7.4. So maybe 160, somewhere around there.
Yes, ma'am, roughly.
Okay, and those aren't all the videos, right? There are other music videos as well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And those potentially have millions of views as well.
Potentially, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. In any of the videos that the ones that we saw today, and the other ones that you've viewed, Alicia Andrews isn't in any of those videos, right?
Not that I've seen.
As far as you know, she's not a rapper.
Not that I'm aware of.
As far as she's not a ghost rapper writing lyrics for any of these people, as far as you know?
The lyric part, she hasn't at least been on where you like Apple Music and stuff like that. You can see who written by. Her name has not come across any of those. No, ma'am.
And that was going to be my next question. First, if you've ever looked to see who was credited for this music.
Yes, ma'am.
And Alicia Andrews is not credited for any of this music.
Not that I've come across.
Okay. You also haven't heard her mentioned in any of these songs.
No, ma'am, I have not.
And I believe you already said you haven't seen her in any of the videos, right?
I have not seen her.
Okay. In the Who I Smoke video, in the Game Over video,
Yes, ma'am.
despite the fact that Yungeen Ace is sort of taking credit for the Julio Foolio murder, he hasn't been arrested related to this case. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
All right. I want to talk to you about the October 2023 shooting of Mr. Jones in his foot, I believe it was, right?
Okay.
So, where did that occur?
It occurred in Duval County in an area town called Paxson.
Okay. And is that one of those towns that has like a separate police department, or?
No, ma'am. Jacksonville in Duval County itself is very large. So there is separate neighborhoods that have different names throughout the city. Just for a couple examples, just so you can, like there's a town center, there's Southside, Mandarin, Paxson, Sherwood. So like there's different, each little area town has its own little nickname.
Got it. But all of those are under the jurisdiction of JSO?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as I don't believe I asked you this question, so I'm going to ask you. Even though you are assigned to ATK, it's possible that other gang detectives could end up assigned to like a specific investigation for ATK.
Yes, but generally how we work within our unit is if you're on call that night or that day and an incident occurs, you will respond and you will get the preliminary information. And once I come back to work, I will then take over the role of assisting the other units as the main ATK chain of point of contact
Got it. Okay. And in this case, actually, that's exactly what happened. Detective Drabeck was on call,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So he ended up initially connecting with the Tampa Police Department in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But back to October 2023. So, would you describe yourself as like the lead detective as it relates to that shooting?
No, ma'am. Within the sheriff's office, we have different investigative units. We would be more of like an intelligence unit, or we have a robbery violent crimes unit that handles robberies and violent crimes, more like shootings where people do not die. And then we have a homicide unit that handles homicides. So we assist them with intelligence and other information that we may have.
Okay. So you could end up assisting as far as giving intelligence to on a wide range of different crimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So you could be helping a robbery detective, homicide detective, maybe even like a grand theft situation. You could be working on any crime as long as it's connected to a gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were actually working on this crime as well?
Yes, ma'am. I responded to that scene. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so your job and your responsibility is to assist them, to give any information that you might have that could assist is to give to them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And as far as what you know about that crime, you know that he was shot in the foot and that he drove himself to the hospital, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you know that it occurred after or within hours of an ATK member being shot.
Shot and killed. Yes, ma'am.
Shot and killed, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You still have not made an arrest in that case, the October 2023.
There has not been an arrest, no, ma'am.
All right. And you don't have any evidence to suggest that Alicia Andrews was involved in that shooting?
I do not, no, ma'am.
No. She obviously, you have not made an arrest, so she was not arrested in relation to that shooting.
That would be correct.
Okay. You don't have any evidence to suggest that she knew about that shooting?
I do not.
That she was on the scene of that shooting?
I do not.
You don't have any evidence to suggest that she was aware or knew any of the people that you suspect were involved in that shooting at the time?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. Now I want to talk about the evidence in this case specifically.
Okay.
You didn't draft any reports in this case, right?
Related to the homicide in itself, no, ma'am.
Okay. Did you draft any other reports?
Some Duval County related incidents, yes, ma'am.
Connected to this incident?
It would be connected to Duval County cases.
Okay, not the murder in this case.
No, ma'am.
Okay. You didn't collect any physical evidence. Obviously, you weren't in Tampa. You were in Jacksonville, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At what point do you kind of step in to assist or to take over from Detective Drabeck?
We worked along together pretty much the entire case, just because it was a lot of information and stuff in the back and forths. So I would say I never took it over completely. We worked alongside each other the entire time.
Okay. And if you had to put like a time on it, how long would you say you and Detective Drabeck are assisting in this case?
From the day it happened until current day.
Okay. All right. You'd agree with me that one of the catalysts to this back and forth gang war is that 2018 shooting at the town center?
I would say that was a very big moment in this war, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and we've heard a lot about, so I just want to kind of refresh the jury's understanding. So
Okay.
This 2018 shooting, Yungeen Ace is shot and survives, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
His brother, Trayvon Bullard, is also shot and actually dies in this shooting.
Yes, ma'am.
There's another gentleman named Jacoby Grover
Yes,
that
ma'am.
dies,
Yes, ma'am.
and Royale Smith, that is 23. He also dies.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? You don't have any evidence to suggest that Alicia Andrews is personally connected to any of these individuals that died?
That died? I do not.
Okay. Or to Yungeen Ace, who
I do
survived.
not.
I would assume, but I'm going to ask that you relayed, or you and Detective Drabeck relayed your knowledge about this 2018 shooting and the origins of the gang war. You relayed that to Detective Ramos, who's the lead detective in Tampa.
Yes, we have.
Okay. Do you know a woman by the name of Aaliyah Albright?
I know of her. I don't know much about her.
Are you aware that she was on the scene the night of this shooting, this murder, the murder in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sure you have reviewed the video footage, the surveillance in front of the hotel.
Yes, ma'am.
Right before the shooting occurs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you would recall that Miss Albright gets out of a vehicle and then goes inside of the hotel lobby, immediately proceeding. I see you're looking at the state. Did you?
No, just look around.
Oh, okay. She proceeded inside of the hotel lobby immediately before the shooting happened, right?
The last time I saw the video was a good while ago. I would need to refresh my
Sure.
memory on the video.
No problem.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to outside the scope of direct.
Yes, what's this relevant to?
Your Honor, can we go sidebar about this?
Yeah.
I don't want to get this sidebar.
Come on up. Yes, go ahead. Take a 5-minute recess.
All right.
Predicate. Go ahead.
Yes.
Wait.
Alrighty, good afternoon again, Detective Neader.
Yes, good afternoon.
I was asking you before that at some point in your investigation, either during this case or in another, you became aware of a woman named Alicia Albright.
Yes.
All right, and you're aware that she was on the scene the night of the murder.
Yes.
Specifically, that she was a part of the group of people that Julio Foolio was with the night of the murder.
Yes.
Right, and you reviewed the video surveillance that shows her entering into the hotel?
I have.
Okay.
And for the record, what are you getting ready to show this witness? What is this?
That's what he just testified to.
I know, does it have an exhibit number for the record?
Yes, sure, Your Honor. It's Exhibit 22B.
Okay, very good.
22B6.
All right, so I guess you're supposed to be looking.
I'm going to go try to limit this to exactly where I'm going. I have a little pointer I'm going to try to use,
Okay.
if it works. It doesn't. Okay, so I want to direct your attention to the vehicle, the people getting out of the vehicle.
Yes.
Do you recognize one of those individuals as Miss Alicia Albright?
I believe that's her in the pink. I'm not
Okay.
100%, but I believe that is her.
All right, and what do you see her doing at this point?
She's following a young man named Tafa McCray into the hotel.
And as far as your understanding of this video, this happens prior to the shooting.
Yes.
All right. And in your recollection of what occurs in this video, I can play it through if you need me to. Miss Albright doesn't come back out before the shooting occurs, right?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You do know that she was not shot in this incident, right?
I don't think so. I don't know the answer to that either.
Okay. But you have seen this video in its entirety?
I have.
Okay.
Okay, what's your next question?
All right. You mentioned earlier, we spoke at length at this point about the 2018 shooting, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And one of the individuals involved in that shooting is going to be this gentleman right here, Trayvon Bullard, right?
Yes, ma'am. He's one of
Also
the
known as
deceased.
Quan.
Yes, ma'am. He's
Or-
deceased.
He is deceased. He died in that 2018 shooting, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And the person that you placed him next to in this chart, this is his brother,
Correct.
correct? Same last name,
Yes.
same mother, as far as you know.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Okay, brothers, nonetheless.
Yes.
Were you aware that Miss Albright videoed in that video entering the shoot in the hotel right before the shooting that she was dating Mr. Trayvon Bullard, aka Quan, at the time of his death in 2018?
I'm aware of them dating. I didn't know about the time of his death. I'm
Okay.
not sure about that answer.
Is that information? But you were aware that they were dating.
At some point in their lives, yes.
All right. Is that information that you provided to Detective Ramos in Tampa?
I'm not sure if I provided it, but I believe it was provided at some point.
Okay. And in your assistance in this investigation, is that a lead or an investigative tool that you ever used? Did you ever investigate Ms. Albright related to the connection, any connection to this murder?
Me, I did not. I was not in charge of investigating this homicide.
Okay. But you are the expert on ATK.
Yes.
And as far as you know, is there any other detective that investigated her potential role, if any, in this murder at all?
In this murder, I'm not sure.
Okay. You're familiar with a gentleman by the name of J. Dot?
Can you elaborate more? There's multiple.
There are multiples. Ja'Cory Rivers?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nickname or street name or rap name, J. Dot?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. To your investigation in this case, in this particular murder, did you learn that J. Dot apparently may have sent Mr. Isaiah Chance money to pay for an Airbnb in this case?
Yes, I did learn that.
All right. Was he arrested in relation to this case?
Not to my understanding.
Is he a member of 1200 as far as you know?
I don't think he's a member status. That would be a better question for Detective Griffin.
Okay. Understood. In your investigation in this case or in any other case, have you ever come across... One second, Your Honor. Have you ever come across a young woman by the name of Kyla Enright?
I believe, I don't recall her name, but I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask let me frame it a little bit better.
Okay.
Did you review any of the information that was taken from the iClouds of the suspects in this case?
Very limited.
Did you review any information from the iCloud of Mr. Sean Gathright?
No.
None.
None.
Okay. All right, let's talk about what occurred after the murder in this case. Is it your understanding, based on information that you've received, that after this murder, that Mr. Isaiah Chance and Mr. Rashad Murphy made posts on social media sort of celebrating this murder?
Yes.
And specifically made posts of, not a football girl, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick?
Yes.
Right? As a sort of celebration to successfully having committed this murder? Is that your understanding?
My understanding, yes. Brady and Belichick are, in the football world, are considered the GOATs, which would be like the greatest of all time.
Right. And that's not something that's uncommon. That's done often, right?
What's that?
Celebratory posts, if you will. Correct. On social media.
Yes, ma'am. That's
right.
That's not uncommon.
Okay, and that's outside of the music, right? This is just like an Instagram story or some sort of post on social media.
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
Okay. And this will be done specifically by the ops?
Yeah, most times, or just somebody who didn't like them. And that might not necessarily be their op, or it's just somebody who is what would be considered trolling that group or that person.
All right. And in your investigation of this case, have you seen any posts? Do you have any evidence to suggest that Alicia Andrews ever posted anything celebrating the death of Julio Foolio?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right. And not as a potential op or someone trolling or in any way. You've never seen any posts that suggest that she celebrated this death after it occurred?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. Now, at some point, you actually have contact with Miss Andrews. You speak with her in an interrogation or an interview, right?
Yes.
All right. And during that interview, when you spoke with her, you asked her about her tattoos, right?
Yes.
You asked her about whether she had any tattoos related to Isaiah Chance or Gutter Man.
Yes.
And she actually opened her blouse to get ready to show you those tattoos, right?
Yes.
And you had to stop her because you didn't know what she was showing you.
Correct.
So she wasn't hiding her tattoos from you.
No, she showed them when asked.
Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit about, it's going to sound a little vague, but subliminal language in general in relation to games.
Okay.
Is that something that you see kind of often, that they will use language maybe to try to avoid people knowing what they're talking about?
No, I wouldn't say it's too often, but they do use it.
Now I want to ask a very specific question. Subliminal language in, for example, jail calls.
Okay.
Right? Is that something you see common or often?
Yes, ma'am. They try to get their point across without law enforcement understanding.
Right. And the goal of that is so you don't know what they're saying.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're not being explicit. They're not telling you their plans or anything like that, right?
No, ma'am.
They will be using like code words or symbols of some sort to...
Yeah, well, whatever they have created that they both people on each side of the lines understand.
Right. And when you are listening to a jail call, it's going to be on recording, right? Like it's like a jump drive or a CD that you might have.
For us in Duval County, we have access to the system, so we can we listen to them once they are recorded. They are uploaded to like a website under the name.
Got it. Okay, and the bigger point is, with your access to these calls, you have the ability to go back, record, rewind, replay to decipher what is being said, right?
Correct.
So you're not in a situation where it's being said once in passing and you don't have the opportunity to hear it again.
Yeah,
That's not your situation.
Yeah, no, that's not our situation.
Okay. All right. Would you agree with me that there are a lot of unsolved murders and crimes related to this gang in Jacksonville, these gang issues in Jacksonville?
Yes, I would say that's a fact.
All right. And the cases that are solved, you sort of track those as a part of your investigation?
Yes.
Like you keep up with who's been, convicted or who's going to trial, who's off the street, who was let back out on the street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're aware of someone by the name of Queso. You mentioned it before, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Queso, as far as you know, is a member of ATK?
He is.
Right. And you listened to many of Yungeen Ace's songs that mention Queso?
Yes.
You're familiar with the lyric in one of Yungeen Ace's songs where he says that he dropped $50K on Queso's lawyers?
I don't know the exact song that you're speaking of.
But you're aware that Yungeen Ace or ATK has paid for Queso's attorneys?
Allegedly. I don't know if that's the truth or not.
Okay. You're not aware, allegedly or in fact, that Yungeen Ace or anyone associated with ATK paid myself or anyone sitting at that defense table?
Objection, Your Honor. Improper calls for speculation.
You can answer.
That would be between you and y'all and Yungeen Ace. I have no idea.
I'm asking you if you know.
I have no idea.
Okay. You don't know?
No, ma'am.
All right. All right, so we talked a lot about the way that the gangs are disrespectful to each other in music and back and forth, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But there are also some instances where the members of the gangs will communicate in a almost not threatening way on social media.
I've seen that. Yes, ma'am.
For example, on Twitter Spaces.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is a new thing where you can kind of like, it's just a room where people
like
can
a
talk.
chat room.
Right, like a chat room. So you've seen that before, correct?
Yes.
And specifically, you've seen it between members of ATK or 1200 and 6 Block.
I have.
All right. One second, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay. Outside of the allegations in this case, you've never investigated Alicia Andrews in connection with any crime connected to ATK?
No, ma'am.
You've never investigated her in connection to any crime connected to 1200?
No, ma'am.
You've never investigated her in any crime?
Improper rule string.
Overruled. What's your next question?
Well, I guess 2 other gangs that I was going to list, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
In connection to 6 Block?
No, ma'am.
In connection to, I guess, what would be considered Out East?
No, ma'am.
And in connection to any other gang in Jacksonville?
No, ma'am.
Right. Outside of the accusations in this case, her name has never come up as a person of interest in relation to any of these gangs or the crimes that are connected to these gangs. I notice you keep looking at the state when I ask you questions.
Other than
Improper comments.
Yeah. So you can answer the question.
other than this one, no. Other than this crime, no, I haven't.
Okay. You're not aware of any close or intimate relation or connection that Alicia Andrews has to anyone that was murdered in this gang war?
Murdered? No, ma'am.
Okay. You don't have any evidence that Alicia Andrews had any personal or close connection to any of the people that are mentioned in these music videos that we have watched?
Not the ones we've watched, no.
Any ones that we haven't watched?
Yeah, I would say there's a wide variety of them out there. I would say she has connections to ones we haven't watched.
And let me be specific. I don't mean her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance. So I'm asking if you're aware of any sort of personal, intimate relationship that Alicia Andrews has to any person that has been murdered in mention of any of these videos?
No, ma'am, not
Okay.
murdered.
All right. Other than the fact that she was dating Isaiah Chance, strike that question. You don't have any evidence that Mr. Chance has ever given her any sort of information that's not just public knowledge about this gang war.
Objection calls for speculation.
If you know
I-
what the defendant has ever told Isaiah Chance, go ahead and answer if you know.
I do not know.
In your work on these cases throughout Jacksonville, these gang cases, you've never discovered any motive for Alicia Andrews to want Julio Foolio to die.
No, ma'am.
All right. And other than Alicia Andrews being the girlfriend of Isaiah Chance, you don't have any evidence to suggest that she's somehow connected to gang activity at all.
No, ma'am.
No further questions.
Okay, redirect.
Detective Neader, have you made arrests for homicide? I'm sorry, excuse me. Have you made arrests for homicide or conspiracy to commit murder in Jacksonville in your time in the gang unit or before that from individuals that were related to these gangs that were not paid for defenses by Yungeen Ace?
Me personally, I've not been the affiant or like the author of any of homicide reports, but I've been involved in them, yes.
And have you had any cases where there was some paid-for defense team by Yungeen Ace that you can establish proof of?
I'm not aware of who pays for defense attorneys.
Is that, whoever's going to pay for an ultimate defense attorney, does that even have any part of your consideration regarding your investigation?
No, ma'am.
You were asked in relation to whether Miss Andrews has a close personal connection or relationship with anyone from these videos that had been murdered. How about people from these videos that have not been murdered and are still alive?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to review the cell phone extractions or the data that's been collected from Miss Andrews' device?
Not the thing entirely, but I viewed some of it.
So some of the extraction pages or packets of information.
Yes, ma'am.
Some of the chats that were extracted from her device.
Yes, ma'am.
Based on the extractions from her device, is it apparent that she has knowledge of who Robert Howard is?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Robert Howard Kenny Capps?
Yes, ma'am.
And was Mr. Howard present at the scene of the homicide of Charles Jones in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Was Robert Howard convicted for the homicide of the co-defendant's brother, Rashad Murphy, convicted for his homicide, Spaz?
Yes, ma'am, he was.
When did that homicide occur? What year?
I'm not sure the exact year, but I know the facts of that case.
How did Spaz die?
He was at a Raines High School football game where he was shot and killed by Robert Howard and Adrian Gaynor, which is Bibby. Robert Howard ultimately served 5 years for it and was on probation at the time of this incident.
Based on your review of the cell phone extractions from Ms. Andrews' device, or at least a portion of those, are you able to also make a connection that Bibby is mentioned in that device?
Yes, ma'am.
How about ATK Keese? That's a member of a gang that's different from 1200. Was ATK Keese referenced in that device?
Yes, ma'am.
Objection to vague as to being just referenced in that device.
Whose device?
Was there evidence in Ms. Andrews' phone of her communications with ATK Keese and direct messaging in the Instagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there screenshots of those communications between this defendant and ATK Keese in that device?
Yes, ma'am.
How about screenshots of messages from that extraction between this defendant and 6 Block member Kay Shorty?
Yes, there was.
And is that the same Kay Shorty that you previously described had some kind of falling out or split off from 6 Block and is now We All We Got, YAWG?
WAWG. That is the same case, Shorty. His name
I'm going
was
to object
Therese.
again to this line of questioning and actually ask you to go sidebar.
No, the door was
And I would
open.
ask
No.
that I be allowed to make my arguments in front of the jury, Your Honor, or I would insist on a sidebar based on this testimony.
No, I've ruled. No, the door's been opened.
It's not related to the door being open, Your Honor, that's why I'm asking for a sidebar.
I just am ruling the door's been opened, okay? No, you may proceed.
You indicated that your involvement in this particular case was attempting to share information about the gangs from Jacksonville to the Tampa officers. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have communications directly with Detective Ramos?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Was there another member of your unit that was actually providing or acting as the lead for the Jacksonville portion of assisting Tampa Police Department in this case?
That would have been Detective Drabeck.
So in your role, did you provide Detective Drabeck some assistance with providing whatever information you could from Jacksonville to Tampa?
Yes, ma'am.
You indicated that the homicide at the Rains High School was of Spaz. Do you know the real name of Spaz?
Joe Rod Adams.
And the relationship to Spaz and the co-defendants in this case, Rashad Murphy specifically, what is that relationship?
It's either his brother or cousin, I'm not sure.
Overruled. What was the answer?
It's either brother, it's a close family, it's either brother or cousin, I don't know for sure.
Is that the same for Davion Murphy?
Yes.
Would the lead detective who investigates 1200, Craig Griffin, have a better idea of the relationship between the two?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, you are providing information as you can as to what posts you believe were relevant from social media, and again, the information is history, as far as history is concerned from these Jacksonville gangs. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You were asked about whether you had the opportunity to speak with Alicia Andrews in Jacksonville. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did that occur after her initial interview with law enforcement as it relates to her relationship to this homicide with Detective Ramos?
I'm not sure when Detective Ramos spoke to her. I can just recall myself and Detective Drabeck speaking with her.
And do you have an independent recollection of the interview that you had with her?
I wouldn't be able to tell you everything that happened in there.
Was it a formal interview?
I don't believe so. I'm sorry, about like formal, like I believe we Mirandized her and read her rights and spoke with her as she was under arrest or like being lawfully detained.
You were asked whether Alicia Andrews has any relationship to the attempted murder case that happened in 2023 of Charles Jones.
Yes, ma'am, I was asked.
You specifically were asked whether she had relationship to anyone who had been linked to that offense.
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. Mischaracterization of the testimony and of the questions asked by the defense.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Did you have an opportunity to review that investigation, and ultimately you responded to that scene?
I did, yes.
Did you develop potential suspects for that offense?
We did, based on the evidence that was recovered and tested.
And were there ballistics evidence recovered in this case that linked back to the individuals that you suspected had committed that offense?
There was. On the scene there, we recovered spent shell casings. Those shell casings were sent off to a lab and were tested through our NIBIN technology.
Objection, hearsay.
I'm going to sustain the objection at this point. I don't think the results of the testing have come in, correct?
They've not come into evidence, but they were already mentioned by the defense in opening statement, Your Honor.
Well, I understand that, but the results of the testing has not come in yet.
Yes, Your Honor. Just speaking about your investigation and the links of those persons. I understand it's an unusual question to ask you about who you suspected may have committed those offenses, but based on the questions you were asked by the defense, did you develop a suspect in the attempted murder of Charles Jones from October 2023?
Yes.
Objection.
And
Overruled. Go ahead.
Do those persons have a specific relationship to this defendant, Alicia Andrews?
Yes.
Are they her co-defendants?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would ask for recalls based on not being allowed to argue on my objections and what I need to get out before this witness.
Denied. Okay. May this witness be excused, subject to recall?
Subject to recall.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, you're free to go, subject to being recalled.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
And
you.
I'm sure whoever will let you know. They're going to recall you.
Thank you.